Hi and Happy New Year to all of you. I just wanted to make a quick video for you on my updated lash routine, how to put on false lashes. The first thing that I do is I take the cheapest mascara that I can find that's not the pink and green one, and I do one quick coat. That's it. Then I take my Demi Wispies and I purposefully grabbed ones that I've reached a new record. These have been going on for a month and a half just to show you that it is possible not to take brand new ones. This one, even when I pick the glue off, you'll see toward the inner corner there, something's come off. It's totally fine. I can still use it. So Demi Wispies in black from Ardell. That's what I use. You can get them at Sally's, and they're more of the natural hairs. If you get it from Walmart, they're going to be significantly cheaper by a couple dollars, but they're not real and they feel synthetic and you can kind of tell. So I always use my Duo glue. It's a surgical glue, so it's safe for your eyes. It doesn't mean that you can't still have an allergy to that though. I have had one person that I've spoken to have an allergy to Duo glue. I get this large one from MAC, and this is, it's a half an ounce, and it costs me $4.99 as opposed to probably half that size at Walgreens is about $6.99. So it pays to have a MAC Pro card for that. I just go over the band with the Duo glue. You don't need a ton of Duo because this stuff is so great. So that's what it looks like. And with the other one, I just kind of used the cap of my Duo glue and put it on the tip of the lash just to set it down for a second. I'll use something else to do that one. And then I wait just for a couple seconds. It's easiest to, not easiest, but it's a better bond when you let the glue kind of tackify. I'm going to make that a word. And then I'm going to grab that first one that we did. That's what it looks like. Sometimes, because this has an invisible band as opposed to this lash that has that thick black line going straight across, the glue tends to bubble a little bit and go more toward where the groupings of eyelashes are. So I just go over it one more time, making sure I don't go through the whole thing. I just connect the dots, the globs of glue. But I do make sure that the ends are nice and done. Okay, looks like that. Perfect. Oh dear, which side is this? Oh, it's on this side. Okay. And I just try to do it up like that and go straight down. I go in the middle. You can kind of mess around with it a little bit. Sometimes I really like to take my tweezers so I can see what I'm doing, pick it up, and put it right where I want it. And then just kind of push it down a little bit, so it stays where you want it, and then just leave it alone. Let's do it with the next lash. Grabbing the lash, there has been a little bit of separation, so I'll take my glue, push it out a little bit, just connect those dots again, making sure I get the ends really well. Then I'll just grab it like this. Sometimes you can, I'm not as skilled with this yet. I do it on clients, but not on myself for some reason, is you can grab some tweezers and place it. The reason being is it's hard to see when you're putting this on because your fingers are in the way. So that's about where I want it. On the end, I kind of see where I want it. Then I'll grab my tweezers and put it down. And just pushing it on. As far as when you buy your very, very first set of lashes, or if you are buying a new pair, like I'm probably going to need a new pair here pretty soon, what I do is I open them up, and even though it's a time tested, like this is how long my eye is, this is where I always cut it, I still always measure. I'm going to take the new lash, I'm going to put it on, I'm going to see, oh, it's a little bit too long, that's not where I want it, and I always cut it on the inside. I don't want to take length away, I want to cut from the inside, and that's typically also where we touch our eyes the most, where you feel a false eyelash most of the time is because it's poking you right there. So it's best just to cut that little part off. For me, and it rarely changes, but sometimes it does, it's the first grouping. So this is a little tiny one, and then there's a big grouping, and I usually cut right after that. And then I put my glue on, and I let it sit down for a second, but then I pick it up, and I kind of wiggle it back and forth like this as I'm blowing on it. Not when I'm doing it on other people, but these are for my lashes. That way, it's been in the box, it can form to your eyelid a little bit better because you're molding it, okay? And then I just do the same things that I did with these lashes. I go over it a little bit more if it needs, and then I put them on. Before I started this video, I had already put on the foundation for my liner. I'm not a huge fan of liner. It'll probably change in a couple months, but as of right now, I'm not. And so what I usually do is I use a waterproof liner, and this is Black Track by MAC. This is a fluid line. I take this and a craft store brush, and I put black right underneath here. And what that does for me is, obviously the lash is very, very thick, and it makes the lashes I already have a little bit thicker. I want to continue that line all the way down. And because my eyes are a little bit more spread apart than I would like, I'd like the illusion of them coming closer together, so darkness right in here can help me achieve that. And if you look down after the glue has dried, which this dries clear, if you're noticing any little spots, the reason I like this brush is because it has a point there up at the top. I can wiggle it into my product, and with that point, I can also go right in between and just make it a nice solid line. What I do afterward typically is I'll take this, sometimes I'll just leave it as is because these bond really, really well, but if you're worried about it, get off as much mascara as you can. And obviously, if we were to put this on, it would push up like that. Maybe get some mascara on your eyelid, although we do know how to take that off, don't we? But I put my pinky behind so that it gives it something, and I've let this dry. It gives it something to push up into. And I just go at the base, and that bonds the lashes together. So just at the base. And then I always make sure and grab these lashes right here, because even though they're small, I've cut off the fake lash, excuse me, so I want to make sure that I do that. And I always do a coat on the bottom. That is my updated lash routine. It really has not changed much since the first fake lash application video that I've done, but I have had quite a few people asking me how I do it, so I wanted to make sure and do a new routine. So there you are. Happy New Year. I hope your holidays were amazing. And I will also be posting, since people keep asking, the outfit that I'm wearing today. I will be posting that soon. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.